Today's developer question is, how do experienced developers decide whether a site is actually worth buying? The answer isn't luck, and it isn't instinct. It's asking better questions. Today, I'd like to share 5 questions we ask before every residential development acquisition. Hello, I'm Victor Rohacs. We help residential developers maximize development value by identifying hidden opportunities, reducing risks, and making projects easier to build. We are architects, and we are called Rohacs architects. After reviewing dozens of development opportunities over the years, we've realized something. The quality of a project is often determined long before construction begins. It is determined by the quality of the questions asked before contracts are exchanged. These are the 5 questions we always ask. Question 1. Can this scheme be actually built? It already has planning permission. The real question is whether it can satisfy building regulations without expensive redesign. Because if it can't, your appraisal may change dramatically. Question 2. Where's the hidden value? Every development has constraints. Almost every development has also opportunities. Perhaps the apartment mix could be improved. Perhaps layouts are inefficient. Perhaps additional stories can be possible. Perhaps a different planning strategy would create significantly greater value. Our job is to find those opportunities before construction begins. Question 3. What could damage the viability of this project? Every scheme has critical risks. Perhaps it's fire safety, structure, or ecology. Perhaps it's higher risk building requirements. The earlier those risks are identified, the easier and cheaper they are to manage. Question 4. If the design of this project today would we produce the same building? This is one of my favorite questions because it forces us to ignore what already exists and think objectively. Surprisingly often the answer is no. That doesn't mean the original architect didn't do a good job. But regulations evolve, markets change, construction costs change, and new opportunities emerge. That's why reviewing a consented scheme with fresh eyes can unlock significant additional value. Question 5. Would I invest my own money into this project? It's the simplest question, but it's probably the most powerful because it forces complete honesty. If I were personally investing millions of pounds into this development, would I feel comfortable proceeding? If the answer is yes, that's reassuring. If the answer is no, we need to understand exactly why. Successful developers aren't successful because they avoid risks. Developments will always have risks. They are successful because they understand the risks before they commit and make informed decisions. That's exactly where we believe an experienced architect can add the greatest value. Not simply by producing pretty drawings, but by helping developers make better decisions. If you are looking at a residential development opportunity and would like an experienced second opinion before exchanging contracts, we would be delighted to help. I'm Victor Rohacs from Rohacs Architects. I hope you found this video interesting, and although we made all reasonable efforts to make sure that everything in this video is accurate at the time of release, this is intended for educational purposes only, so please don't treat this as professional advice. Seek and find a consultant, professional consultant, and talk to them about your project. Thank you for watching, and remember, approved doesn't mean optimized.